Welcome to the stream.
Hey, welcome to Bodega Nights. We got Joao, we got Norm, we got Ironic Gamer 86 Miko, and we have our special guest, Dr. Joem Antonio. And my name is Martin. You would have seen me in a Brazilian news segment like for 1 or 2 seconds last Sunday night. Hi, guys.
But I was
that you got a Brazilian.
I wasn't.
To
say that to get like a sort of lay of the land. We got Martin on the left next to me. We got Norm on the right next to me, and on the bottom we have Joem and Miko. Left man. So Norm, you're not on the bottom today, man.
Yes.
Is he up here or up here?
Oh, Miko's punching me. Oh. Oh.
My balls!
Protect your balls!
Okay.
But yes, this is a very big episode. We finally got our friend Doc Joem on Bodega Nights.
Yeah. Another thing that I noticed,
On
everybody
Bodega
is
Nights
wearing
episode.
a hat.
Yes.
Oh no, I came in, they
cow.
were wearing hats, I felt like, I guess I better wear a hat now, so I got my hat.
Right, so
and,
Joem comes in like wearing a hat, and then Norm
Everybody
starts
got-
wearing a hat.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I don't know where my hat is, so it's like, all right.
Hold on. It
let's
seems like you're doing your
accessorize.
yeah.
Let's
It
accessorize.
seems like you're doing your best ex Valias impersonation right now.
Yeah, man, he's a pretty good writer, so I figured if I do this, I'd
pretty
be a
good
pretty good
writer.
writer as well. With a plain white shirt, right?
The plain white shirt.
Yep.
You gotta look the part to be the part.
Yeah.
About to be the part.
That's how you get
Actually-
typecasted.
Yeah.
Like
It
I
only
was
works in
many
some
times.
Precursor.
I was so evil in so many
yeah.
in so many plays. I enjoy playing Keanu Reeves, playing someone else. I had much ado about nothing.
Yes. That's it.
Yes.
I'm glad I
Wait, dude. Let's talk about Norm. Man, how's
Wait, why?
Manila,
What
dude?
happened to Norm?
How's
right.
How's like the storm and stuff?
Well,
Because
apparently
the
that's
south.
working.
Yeah, it's earlier the internet was Zoom was telling me that the internet was unstable. So we'll see if my internet holds out. Joem's here with me, but it's currently quiet. And
Man, I was waiting for Norm to have the technical difficulties gag right there. Just freezes. That might just
So, Doc, how's your side of things in Mandaluyong?
Well,
the gardens.
I mean, of course, it's nighttime. It's quite dark, but it has been dark the whole day. I don't hear the wind though.
Okay, that's safe.
Yeah.
Where
For now.
where is the storm right now though? Like, is it? I haven't really been tracking it as closely as I normally track these big storms. But as far as I know, at least according to the Japan Meteorological Agency website, their track, what's it at UTC 12, which is around 8 p.m. here. It should be like over Manila, but it doesn't seem like it's there. So I'm not sure
really
if
up to now.
passed or if it hasn't like been there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been updated. All I know is apparently there's another storm coming, apparently.
Yes.
One
Actually,
more
two
or
others.
another one.
Yeah.
2 others.
I mean, there's always a storm that's just lingering outside the Philippine area of responsibility, and then they just
Yeah.
in tropical.
But this one's gonna be consecutive. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, that's not the first time that's happened.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. The last time something like that happened, and people were making a big deal out of it. The second one was just a little rainstorm, but
Yeah.
can't be too sure, right? I mean, 2020 has been a pretty messed up year.
I think this one's gonna be lighter because anyway, they said that the typhoon Rolly was supposed to be a super typhoon, but the time it hit us, it lost its super.
Yeah, yeah. It
It ain't super.
I mean, it's
Thanks
all
for
good news.
asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, right? Because it's like it's quite the tragedy, but then at the same time, the Philippines was kind of lucky in the sense that it hit Bicol, right? And that sort of South Luzon, that southern Luzon area is really, really, really good at their disaster preparedness and the way they respond to disaster. Like if this had been any other part of the country, they would have been more screwed than Bicol. Like, this is, I don't know, this is pretty true, right? All of the lecturers on disaster readiness, and well, that's a bit of an over-exaggeration, but like a lot of the lecturers that talk about disaster readiness are from Bicol. They have a pretty robust disaster DRRM like program. They're LGU there, so
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Very interesting. Yeah.
It could have been much worse, but I'm gonna remove this scarf. It's getting kind of hot.
You are looking quite hot. I have to agree.
Yeah, visual gag. Great for the audio format. Most of the listeners of Bodega Nights are on the audio format.
And
I mean,
the
I have
four
a
listeners
soundboard
on
here, but I don't think my soundboard works on Zoom. Though my only one here would be the hub, so I don't know if you want that sound effect.
Nah. What are you doing, stepbrother?
Wait. Yeah, right there, dude. Right
My
there,
gosh.
from the phone.
Perfect.
Oh, man.
It's just one of those things that I did with my class. Like, hey guys, are you guys still there? Air horn, and then all of a sudden, like the chat explodes.
Run away!
What was that, sir? That was my air horn, trying to get the hype down. trying to bring in the hype.
Hype train.
I'm sorry.
Gotta make sure the listeners are still awake.
Yeah, that's how I view my class, dude. The chat, you know.
You just see Joao starts just doing his teaching stuff on Twitch. There you guys go. You have channel points. You can do these things, do all this other stuff. I'm expecting all you guys to follow my channel.
Isn't that basically what the education system is relegated to now? It's this close to becoming Twitch.
Pretty much,
Not necessarily though. I mean,
How do you guys handle it now?
How do I handle? Well, I mean, actually, teachers are given a lot of leeway now to try to explore. So, my personal design is I've uploaded my lecture and it's broken down in so many bits, and it's actually activity heavy. So,
that's cool.
for the objective type tests, the students have unlimited tries, and because it's unlimited tries, I've made it extra hard.
You've created Dark Souls of education. I am the Dark Souls
exactly.
of education.
That makes a lot of sense.
Every time he fails, just as a thing pops up, you have failed. It's like, go back.
Yeah. And I think it's a great idea because students keep trying to perfect it, and I think there's a completionist in everyone there. So
They want to get
I did it horrible the first time. I have to do it again, and because they do it multiple times, they learn the lesson without me really having to explain to them what they're doing wrong and what they're doing right.
At some point, there's going to be that one guy speed running Joem's classes. I can speed run this.
I mean,
repeating multiple times.
I was going to say, right? Joem has the completionists in his class. I have the speedrunners.
Oh, that's cool.
Like,
I have some people who try to do a speed run as well, but yeah, I mean the whole idea of making things challenging, I'd put it that way, is that you I mean, because it is reading, if you speed run it, you're bound to miss details. And one of the very first tests that I gave was really a basic observation test about row your boat. Yeah, the nursery rhyme. And it's actually quite funny because there are certain questions that if you paid attention, you'd notice. But if you're really trying to speed run it, you're probably going to miss things out. Like, for example, true or false. The word row repeats 3 times in row your boat.
Oh, okay.
Which
So
part?
again, we have Joem who goes through the Dark Souls mentality and Joao who goes through Mario, apparently.
Yeah.
because,
It's the stage.
Actually, I mean,
Go!
the thing that I do though is I release my episodes. I release the lessons. Well, I pace them out.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
I
I mean,
have to pace them out. Like right at the beginning,
Actually,
I gave
yeah.
them like 2 weeks worth, and then somebody tried to speed run like the 2 weeks. I'm like, okay, no, we're doing this we're doing this day by day.
Actually, yeah,
Yeah.
Joem, I'll start your study. Is it like live, or is it like pre-record stuff?
No, actually, most of the stuff is really just written down. I decided to really go hardly any videos. Everything's written down because it's a reading class. So
Oh, okay, that
I
makes
have
sense.
no choice but to read. In a way, my class is also paced because I've locked the modules. So
Right.
if somebody tries to speed run the whole thing, and some people did, so I think in the first week I allowed them to take the first 2 modules. Some people were trying to access the 3rd module, and then they were
This
messaging me.
content's not yet
Sir.
unlocked.
Yeah, sir, I can't access the 3rd module. Have you completed
It's
the first
early
module?
access.
You
Leave
got-
it
you got-
alone.
And I told them,
You gotta
finish
you gotta
early.
pay and download the DLC, man.
Yeah, well,
That's
I
why you have to
just
get
tell
the
them
other
that-
units. That's what you call those DLC units. This one unlocks it. If you get this one, you get a special reward perk.
The first 2 are the trial pack, and then you gotta pay for the rest.
Welcome to
well.
the class record, Bodega
I
Nights
should
edition.
think of that next time. Yeah. No,
And after you
finish
well,
it, you can-
locking it is to also tell them that if you finish early, you should reward yourself with rest.
Yeah, actually, that's something that I really try to that we really should be trying to push, right? Like,
Yeah,
rest. It's crazy out there, and
yeah,
people need to rest.
yeah. And then they actually, I remember when the quarantine started, the students were really all out complaining about, what about our mental health and so on and so forth, right? I mean, of course, let's take mental health seriously, but now that they're trying to speed run through my class, I also get the chance to tell them, and once they start complaining, why is module 3 not yet unlocked? Well, guys, think of your mental health. Rest first.
Yeah, rest first. I mean, we don't have Dolomite. Oh my God, Dolomite's in danger today.
Ooh,
Typhoon.
Go.
Eddie
When they finish your
Murphy.
module, do they get New Game Plus? You can now take your knowledge and go back to retake the exam. Now
what-
made extra harder. You have unlocked the bonus page.
I
Is
want
that all
Extra
of
extra
them?
points.
Is that all summative, or are those formative assessments?
No, it's a combination of summative and formative, because they take the test, and of course, they can take it multiple times. But I also have a metacognitive dimension to my classes, where they have to keep a journal, or they have to write a series of progress reports regarding what they have learned or what insights they have. I mean, I followed the questions that you sent me.
All
That's
right,
what's-
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's quite funny, and I like how the students are quite honest. Upon my 9th try, I realized.
Right.
Yeah, and
right.
I should be ducking under the sword.
yeah, yeah, you could actually parry.
Those questions
Yeah,
are
Parrying
some-
for suckers. Just keep stabbing.
Yeah, just keep stabbing. Yeah, so it's really very interesting, and I'm starting to see how because for me, I don't know, my main challenge always when it comes to literature classes is that I step into the classroom knowing most of my students hate reading, and the reason why they hate reading is because they have this kind of activity which they think is reading, but it's not really reading.
right.
It's really trying to
What
game the
is not
teacher.
reading?
Yeah, well, they think that it's reading because they really prepare for tests. They don't really,
Okay.
they don't,
Hmm.
so in other words, what they do is they try to read the teacher rather than the text. Or,
Okay.
oh,
They
this
try to
is an
give you. They
important
feel like
word.
you want this answer,
Yeah.
not figure out what the answer
Yeah.
is. Okay, I get that.
Yeah. So actually, the thing that has been quite tough with my classes so far is that I have to, because I have a regular mini essay requirement per week, and I give them 3 tries for that one. Yeah, no, but then again, it is quite, I can already hear Joao groaning there. Yeah, it is a little bit of a torture,
My
but
God.
for me, my convenience is I don't have to give lectures anymore. They have to read the text. So and once a week I give them, around 30 minutes to an hour where they can throw questions about anything that's not clear about the lessons. In fact, they don't even have to wait for that live session. They can even email me immediately, and I just reply to them. Of course, given all these leeways and the feedback that I give them regularly, sometimes I realize I can also be quite harsh with the feedback. Yeah, sometimes I think one of the harsher stuff that I've said is that it's as if you never read module 1, 2, and 3 at all. Sometimes
My
I go, yeah,
God,
sometimes I
dude.
go like
How
that.
dare you, sir? How dare you ruin their mental health?
No, but I mean, I'm not
Just kidding,
saying that
just kidding.
I'm not saying that they're stupid or anything. I'm not making those
You're
claims.
saying
I'm just saying that
it's as
you
if-
didn't. It seems you didn't read this at all.
I'm kind of imagining my Joem like a sends feedback. Social feedback just types an F. F in chat. What happened? You have died. Yeah.
Well, there was that what was it? It was Vida posted something on Facebook asking how do you tell a student that they failed in a nice way, and I actually like sat down and thought about that question, even though it was kind of memey, like the way that Vida presented it, and the conclusion that I sort of reached was, when you're telling somebody that they failed, or when you tell a student that they failed, you don't tell them that they failed. You tell them that the paper sucks.
Yeah.
Like you don't tell them that they suck. You tell them that the paper sucks, because it's probably a good person, real smart, whatever. It's just that the output didn't reach the standards of the rubric or whatever. But that's
that.
tough, dude. Yeah. I mean,
tell you, but the algorithm has fucked you.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't tell a student that you failed. You say that the paper wasn't very good.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Right?
Because it lets you know you can do better or something. Because you're saying they failed, it's just kind of blown to their entire ego. Like, it makes them feel worse than they should, I guess.
Yeah.
That's one way to say it.
On the flip side of the spectrum, you could tell them that the paper was great, but they suck as a person.
I'm not a guidance counselor.
And here's your mental health.
Yeah.
And there goes your mental health.
Yeah.
I'm amazed with your ability to work. It's just everything else about you is just horrible.
Yeah. I
I don't
suppose
tell
Joe,
you I mute you in class.
Yeah. I suppose, Joe, you still remember my whole thing about instructions, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here are the house rules, and you have to follow the house rules. But of course, lately I haven't really been doing the whole apology letter anymore. I mean, it's something I've ditched along the way.
Yeah.
But there was this, but the house rules still remain. And one of the house rules I told them is that you're not supposed to. I'm going to give you guys my number, but here are the rules. No one's supposed to text me no one's supposed to text me unless it's an emergency, and nothing after 5 p.m. or weekends.
Oh,
And
God.
then, before the week was up, somebody texts me 12 a.m.
Ouch.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Kids these days.
Breaks
huh?
all the rules.
Saying, sir, I just wanna make sure that the number is correct. What? So I messaged them. I'm sure you've
Message
read
Drop
the
the
house
class.
rules, right? So what is the emergency? Oh, I'm so sorry. It starts
It's
getting
almost
rattled.
as if you didn't read
Joe
the
just
rules.
replies like, drop my
Yeah.
class. That's it.
There was something that you might want to do, and I've never actually done this, but I know that this works for some teachers. On the first day of class, they come up with like a class contract, right? So it's
Class contract.
Yeah, so like what they do is they like discuss, right? So, the expectations, like what do you guys expect from me as a teacher, and what do you guys expect of yourselves as students? If you want to make the most out of this class, what are the things that you're going to do?
Yeah.
And once the class sort of decide on a lot of this stuff, the first day they're all still like, yeah, we're gonna do great. We know that we're supposed to meet our deadlines, deadline, whatever. And then you create like a little, one of our teachers like actually put it on like some sort of illustration board or whatever and posted it in the front of his class. It was like, all right, this is the class contract, and since this was something that came from you guys, you have to be accountable for this. And that might be something that you can do, right? Like,
Yeah. Actually, the variation I have made is I actually gave them a sort of bonus activity,
okay,
which is a quiz on the house. A quiz on the orientation.
That's so cool.
Unlimited tries. So practically bonus points. But it means that if you get a perfect score in that quiz, it means you know the house rules and you have no more excuses.
That's really cool, actually. I should do that.
And especially since you can already program it, right? It can really be an objective type test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys use as your LMS?
Canvas.
All right.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, actually. We used Canvas for like our training. Then we ended up on Microsoft Teams.
Man.
I thought only employees use that one.
Well, they tried to adapt it to education. You can really tell that it isn't an LMS from the ground up. But like it's
you guys haven't tried the Google Classroom?
We did, but we got a pretty good deal on. The school I teach at got a pretty good deal on Microsoft Teams.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
okay.
it was one of those things, right? Like, yeah. So
the ink is dried.
Yeah.
I know you're suggesting this, however, budgetary means says this.
We already spent on this. So
it came with like a super duper fast internet connection at the office, which has been really good for the teachers that don't have internet connections.
Yeah.
So like that was I think that was like one of the primary considerations, like
yeah.
a bunch of teachers
actually,
have connectivity issues. So.
Yeah, that's the problem actually of Canvas. I've heard it's a bit of a data hog.
So is Microsoft Teams. My God.
My gosh, yeah.
Yeah, so you actually do your teaching in the school, or you also do a work from home deal?
Yeah, work from home.
Okay.
That's the fun part. So sometimes I'm being very harsh with my feedback while the kids are, while carrying the kids. Yeah, so sometimes that's what happens.
What was it? But then, like I said, no, some teachers have don't have like great internet connections, so they can work from school if they want. Like there's the option to do that, and
same with UANP,
right? So
that's how
it goes.
So we actually brought Joem here because tonight
is the night.
Because we wanted this to be the class record, Bodega Nights edition.
On that note, we do.
On that note, we do have a Patreon.
We do have a Patreon.
Yes.
It's on channel14.com. Everybody, if you like what you've heard so far, listen to Joe's class record. And if you want to keep listening to Bodega Nights and any of our other podcasts.
And if you want to hear more about the dark souls of education.
I'm probably gonna put this on the class record feed, dude.
Although I think it's really more of not so much Dark Souls as it is Super Mario. I mean the questions don't really change or anything. So
Dark Souls just teaches you have to observe, you have to learn. You can't just brute force your way. Mario, you can brute force your way.
That's true. Yeah, Dark Souls. Yeah,
that's why I enjoy Dark Souls. It's a game that you messed up. Yeah. It's not like the game cheating. It's like you messed up. You're kind of like your class. We know that we have crushed. You have made mistakes. This was a parry, not a block.
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, Miko. As somebody that's I was gonna ask, have any of you guys watched The Mandalorian? Of
course.
The first episode. Yeah, I want to hear the take of somebody from the 501st.
Mm.
What did you think of that first episode?
I'm guessing the one I'd be the guys with one of the weirder opinions, because I'm actually familiar with that story that they showed off, the Marshal.
Yeah. So you
maybe
read,
because it came from an expanded universe thing. Yeah. So maybe it's the Sheriff Tatooine.
Yeah.
Which was slightly modified for this series. Because Sheriff of Tatooine, the guy who had amnesia, saw connection to the armor, got it and went there. Whereas this one is he got the armor for Jawas because of situations. It was neat. I did appreciate it. There's only two things in that episode that really annoyed me. One was purely by the editing team, which kind of messed up a scene. And the other part was, it's throwing in how the crate dragon worked. It's kind of felt so graboidy. Like I was getting flashbacks to Tremors. It's like, it's a graboid! Get off the ground! That's how you survive!
What was it? I was kind of spoiled, not really spoiled, but when we were watching it, we watched it with subtitles on. And and when Cobb Vanth first comes in, we kind of missed the reveal that he was Cobb Vanth. because like right at the bottom of the subtitle,
it puts his name.
It puts his name there. Like, oh, all right, cool.
Actually, when I first saw him pop out, I first assumed, is this Jodo Cast? Like, from all the people in the EU, you brought in Jodo Cast. They started talking. Okay, this is not Jodo Cast.
It was like I found it pretty cool though that they brought somebody in from they brought a character in from Aftermath.
Like, yeah, that's cool.
Oh, all right.
And
cool.
It's really one of those stories of the does Boba Fett survive stories that wasn't as popular because it wasn't, what everyone wanted, which he just fights his way out and then like teams up with Dengar for that whole like odd couple set of stories that was kind of amusing. Yeah. It's like, hey, this could happen this way. Like, oh, okay. And then people just kind of ignored it. But yeah, it's a fun thing. I enjoyed the Tuscans. I enjoyed the fact that they kind of showed a bit more of Tatooine, which really the OG fans, I'd like to think even prequel fans appreciated.
Yeah. Question about the Tuscan Raiders, man. That's British Sign Language, right?
No.
British Sign Language.
They were using the actor, at least from the first season. The actor knew American Sign Language, but even he said that's not American Sign Language. He took a little bit of it, but made his own thing. The same thing with these Tuscans. The actors were familiar with the sign language, but it wasn't proper sign language. They got it and just essentially made it more Star Wars-y per se. Because the fact they added grunts and things, which of course sign language will not have an auditory section to it, really.
So it's like TSL. It's like Tatooine Sign Language.
Yeah, in a sense. Which includes grunts, apparently.
Which has a little bit of British Sign Language, a little bit of American Sign Language, and a lot of.
Yep. I actually have my Tuscan helmet over there. I think.
But it was really funny, right? Because my girlfriend and I were watching it. There was that one scene where Din Djarin just starts talking to Cobb Vanth, or speaks in English, but does whatever it was that he was doing.
Yeah, he just kept on going on.
And he kept on going like this, and I was like, and my girlfriend looks at me and was like, so what we're saying is that the Tuscan Raiders communicate through sign language, and all of this grunting and yelling really doesn't mean anything. It's like,
that I guess. Like, I think the author points maybe just connote some other things, or this is another way to add emphasis here and there, but probably does not change the main text much.
So, like, but when it comes to like sign languages of the world now, the way that you do this with your face, like, adds a little bit of different context to what it is.
For the Tuscans where you don't see a face, I guess adding auditory noise replaces that facial feature aspect.
Right.
It was a fun thing. It was a fun episode. I am excited for episode 2, but it's just one of those things where, I'm familiar with the story, so I guess for me, I wasn't as hyped up. It's like, I know how this is gonna go, so I don't know how to feel. Even the scene where, like, we're hunting the Great Dragon, like, I've seen this also in EU, where, okay, I kind of know what's gonna happen. I did love the references, though. There were references left and right, Easter eggs here and there. Even the Great Dragon Pearl, which is, that's a cool throwback to KOTOR. That was nice.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll play again.
Actually, I found that so cool, right? When they were holding it up, it was like, does this mean we're going to get? Does this mean that we're going to get like a white lightsaber using like Pearl for the Kyber?
That's not. Yep, but that does not work anymore. I mean, KOTOR, that was cool because back then, like, so how do lightsabers work? You stick whatever crystal or power source you want in there. Yeah, that's how it's gonna work.
But that,
no, you don't do it anymore. But no, I'm merchandising.
But then but then we're talking about Dave Filoni here, right? That dude is like, I'm still so amazed at the work that they're doing, because they take every Star Wars, everything from every corner of the Star Wars universe, and sort of bring it together. And, you got, like, fans of the prequels, fans of the original trilogy, hell, even fans of the abomination that was the sequel trilogy, the expanded universe, all of the cartoons, right? Bringing them all in together into The Mandalorian, into something that every type of Star Wars fan can agree on.
Yep. Well, as I put it, it's a nice thing because it's Star Wars. It's a Star Wars story in the Star Wars universe. It's not a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
It's set in the universe, which makes it feel nice. And I grew up with spaghetti western, so I enjoy it. And it felt like a spaghetti western, but in Star Wars. So it's nice. The main guy didn't know much about what we know. Technically, as fans, we are more aware of his universe than he is.
Right.
So that was interesting. That you see a guy just experience the world as it is, not someone who sees this and I know it. I know this. I know this. Oh, I have heard stories of this. He's like, what? I'm looking for this guy. I'm looking for this guy.
Jay, what? So you're telling me...
Who are these space wizards?
Space wizards.
When I heard that, like, is this a throwback to the fact that that's what Annie used to say? I think, wizard. That's so wizard.
I don't know, man. I love that show, though. Like,
it's amazing.
It's one of the best things that's coming on now.
Oh, it's one of the best Star Wars things, at least so far.
Yeah.
It actually feels like Star Wars.
And it doesn't matter from which, where you're coming from. That's the thing that completely, like, that completely floored me about it. Like, whichever Star Wars you grew up on, and whichever Star Wars movie you have an affinity for, you're going to find something in The Mandalorian that you're going to love.
Yeah.
That's the genius of Dave Filoni. And what's his name? Jon Favreau.
I will say the one scene I found kind of funny, which was they had that scene there where everyone from Mos Pelagos is watching the Death Star to get exploded.
Yeah.
Then, like, within seconds, like, the criminal organization comes in. We're in charge now. Like, I'm pretty sure the Imperial forces are still in the area. It's not like, boom, it blows up. Like, well, can't go home, I guess. You can.
Looking at you, Robot Chicken Star Wars.
It's like, I guess we lost. Bye. You guys, you're in charge now. Just leaves.
But then, what's it, right? Like Tatooine. Tatooine was, particularly like Mos Pelagos. Like, nobody really actually cared about that place.
Which again brings the question: so why didn't these guys take over earlier?
Yeah.
So it's that thing. So I had to assume there had been an Imperial presence. I mean, Mos Eisley said the MEPD, so I'd like to assume that these guys had the MPPT, which was just pretty much just sand troopers who just were there. Because being a mining colony, they should have some materials that the Imperials want. And the fact that they had so many torpedo warheads, like, wow, you guys have a lot of explosives. Like, is this for mining? If it is, like, that's kind of scary mining. How do you mine? We just, like, bomb the hell out of everything. It's like carpet bombing mining. We just bring in the ships, carpet bomb everything, just pick up the dirt. Like, there we go. Here's some more. Awesome. Well, guys, this is a fun series, though. Great stuff. And excited to see the whole season. And hopefully it will not make me feel bad, like, halfway through the season, because people told me that... I got some information from the inside, supposedly, that halfway through the season, they don't talk much about the Mandalorian. They kind of go for a Cara Dune aspect, which I heard that, like, really? That's kind of weird, but okay, sure.
Yeah, because of the rumor was, right, that Pedro Pascal was kind of hard to work with.
Yeah. That has been confirmed a number of times, which is why he's now been relegated to a voice actor role, I think starting half of season 2 on to season 3. He's now just a voice, not a face.
Which is good. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it makes sense. He's not supposed to show his face at all, which makes you wonder. So does that mean in season 1 it's the only time you ever see the character's face, and that's it? He's never seen again.
Like that, I found that just like really weird, man. Like that time that he removed his helmet in front of the IG-11 droid. It was like, well, okay. This is a contractual obligation thing, isn't it? Like, that's exactly what I felt.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like,
he hired the actor for his face.
Right? Sort of like that. What was it? I might have been watching that Batman movie, the third Batman movie with like Cine Joem. And there was that one scene where, right at the very end, Bane had his face covered the whole time, except for that last scene, right? It's like, then like he turns away, and I think it might have been Joem or John that was like, that's the contractual obligation. You got to see his face.
Man, is that the same Batman movie where like John walked out when they made a Batman statue scene? I remember he walked out.
Yeah, he walked out right at the very end.
I don't remember a Batman statue.
Yeah, Dark Knight Rises.
Was
Dark
there a
Knight
statue
Rises.
in the end?
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, towards
that
the end.
happened.
Yeah.
That just happened.
I don't recall that. I just remember Alfred and the restaurant.
I think it's with all the politicians and the circular hall.
Of justice.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a hall of justice. No.
I guess also putting the Batman statue, it's kind of a mixed feeling of like, he was our hero, but it's also, we're kind of okay with vigilanteism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I guess it's
I think it wasn't about the vigilantism at that particular point because he just did get saved from terrorism. So, yeah, and he actually freed the cops. So, in a way, he did give the power back to the cops.
in a way. But
The 1%
isn't it
will save us all.
Yes.
But it doesn't it like undermine like the authority of the cops if they acknowledge the role Batman plays in saving Gotham with a statue?
No, actually, I remember getting into a conversation with one of my former students about how much of a vigilante is Batman really, because I mean he
I
doesn't
like to
really.
think that's his whole shtick.
This is such a Joem conversation to have.
No, I mean he doesn't really dispense justice if you think about it, but he facilitates things so it becomes easier for the cops to do their job.
I'm not a religious man, but I will make you meet God. Type of situation. Like, I am not here to dispense the justice, but I will bring you to court and have it work in its best way possible.
Yeah,
Which I
right?
guess if you think about it, I mean, that's the reason why people keep escaping Arkham. It's not like he's trying to keep them there. He's like, the system has to do it on its own. I will help you get there, then it's up to you. I wash my hands off this.
Yeah.
What a rich person thinks.
Yeah.
Batman is proof you can slap crime with your wallet.
Right? The only thing stopping the police is a budget that Batman has.
Which
Imagine he just gave the budget.
I remember that
looking
actually
at
being
that.
a conversation before where like the Batman of today versus the Batman of the yesteryears and decades is so different because of how the police are equipped back then versus now. Like, remember back then we just had the simple utility belt, which had some cool stuff. But you now see some average beat cops have very similar tech. Like back then they
Right.
had like this billy clubs and revolvers. Now you can see cops, they keep an AR-15 or like a slug shotgun in the car.
And the radio.
And even the body armor. Like, as I said, like the cops back then, they had like the usual uniform. Now they have body armor. SWAT has better armor. They have freaking MRAVs in some areas. So how does the MRAV doesn't even compare to the original Batmobile in terms of like armor?
What's an MRAD again? How does it look
Mine
like?
resistant armored vehicle.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty much a really, really chonky truck that was sold to them at a discount because it's cheaper than buying a proper armored truck.
big chunk.
So I mean, you see
Big
that's
chunk.
yeah. So you see those things, and you see Batman has evolved, becoming even more and more techy. I guess it's interesting there, and I guess the vigilanteism there. He still does bring them to justice. He doesn't, except for I guess. Well, no. What do you think that scene in the first Batman where he did not save Ra's al Ghul?
I mean
that's vigilanteism, right?
Yeah, that's vigilantism. But I think the other, the succeeding movies, I think,
He became more Batman.
more of a Batman. Like, I'm gonna do what a citizen does, right? And then the arresting part, the legal stuff you guys do, I just facilitated everything else. Actually, if you think about it, it's only that particular time with Ra's al Ghul where he really resorts to vigilantism.
I'd like to have a lawyer on the show talk about that. That'd be really interesting.
Yeah. Actually, it's quite interesting. Because
I
think
should have
that
I
kind
should have
of
finished law
argument
school just so that we can answer this question.
I know, right?
because it's not as if
Goes back to law
Batman-
school just to have this debate.
yeah. The argument here is that Batman doesn't really put people in his personal jail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
he
what
leaves
does it
them
mean
for
to be
big ups.
vigilante?
Yeah.
There was no Bat Jail, but there was a Batmobile, Bat Cave, Batarang, Bat Juice, Bat Tea,
Battery.
Battery.
What's a terry?
Yes.
Bat shark repellent, if y'all remember
Bat
that
shark
from
repellent. Oh, yes.
I rewatched
crap.
that. Apparently, he didn't have it on his belt.
Yeah,
it
he
was
did.
in the chopper.
He
No,
has
it was in the
everything
chopper.
on his belt.
Was it in the belt? Because I saw again.
Why would
Apparently,
you-
it was in the chopper.
Well,
Are we really going to question it, Norm? Are we really going to question that? Like, what would that be in the chopper?
Batman can keep
Yes.
the 1966 Batman can keep a bat shield in his belt.
We will question it because it exists, Miko. And if it exists, we will question it. That is the core of philosophy. Even if it doesn't exist, we will still question it.
So how much more for something that actually does exist?
Is that like wondering whether or not Batman has like a superpower, which has been heavily debated to the point that no, he shouldn't have a superpower. But he says his superpower is like, I am a super detective. Like, is that really a superpower?
He has like
the power of detectiving
of wealth, right? Well, he has the power of the writer. Like,
yeah, I guess that's true.
In that way, he's like Deadpool in that way. Like, you know how back in the day, right? Back in the day, Bruce Wayne was like a millionaire, and then as it stands right now,
He became a billionaire.
Inflation, he's like a billionaire. It's just a lot like how the cops are becoming better equipped. So Batman has to become better equipped than the cops, right?
Do you think he'll have Batcoin in the future? Like he'll have crypto?
I wouldn't be surprised, man.
He had the credit card in the animated series.
I bought it.
He had
the credit card in the animated series.
In Batman Forever.
Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin, right? Never leave home without
too,
it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
the American the Amex for Batman is like
that was so dumb. I loved it.
So are you telling me they know? Do these people know who Batman is?
Yeah.
No, it's just licensed to Batman.
Like, who are they charging? Who's paying this bill?
Bruce Wayne is paying this out of charity, but it's named to Batman.
But I am so not Bruce Wayne. I want that to be known.
You know, dude, after what was the name of that? After watching Batman the Brave and the Bold, I found myself sort of craving that campy Batman again. You know?
Yeah.
Right? It was sort of
where the one where you can compare him to Inspector Gadget.
That's what. Ooh, Martin actually has a link to like the Bat credit card. But
true forever.
I gotta ask. Like, there's one way where the Bat credit card might, and that's because Bruce Wayne owns the banks.
But I mean, he has staff who will handle like, is Bruce Wayne Batman?
Or in Batman
Inc. That's the answer for
it. Could be Batman Inc.
He just made the whole He made the whole thing. Who's that? Oh, it's a guy just trying to make money off being Batman. He makes all the illegal Bat merchandise. What's Batman gonna do? Sue me?
Wasn't that like a plot point for the second Bat? Was one of his employees figured out who Batman was, and then they
tried blackmailing him. Yeah, Dark Knight.
You're telling me that you think your boss is a mass vigilante who beats up criminals in the night, and you want to blackmail this man? You make some good points here. Yes.
That's true.
I'm gonna be on Jerry Springer one way or another.
Joe, have you seen Batman versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No.
I've seen that one. It's quite fun.
Yeah.
Surprisingly bloody.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, it is violent. This is not like the TMNT I grew up with.
Yeah.
The puns on this credit card.
No, I do love how they had like the old
forever.
school like freaking van. They had like the TMNT van with the pizza launcher, with like the launcher for the manhole covers, and they're like, oh my god, this is kind of campy and also so super violent.
Yeah, I remember that fight between Batman and Shredder. That was pretty.
Oh, that was cool. That was so nice.
Yeah, and I realized, wow, he's not that campy Shredder anymore.
No, not at all. Even the fight when he fought the turtles, like one by one, basically.
Yeah,
that was a cool thing. That was a crossover I did not expect to be that entertaining. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really seen the whole thing, but I've been able to kind of stitch them together through YouTube.
I've seen the highlight reel. I somewhat understand the story.
Yeah, people have been putting so many clips, which kind of
it's a pretty solid movie. I mean, I enjoyed it. I won't say it's the best Batman film, but it's the best one with turtles.
Troy Baker's in it.
Yeah. Now, I was just thinking of Joao's comment about the Batman with camp, and I agree.
Would you consider? Have you seen Batman went to feudal Japan? Would you consider that camp? Because that was weird as hell.
I would say it's weird. I wouldn't exactly say it's
not
camp.
necessarily campy, but like, yeah, I mean, it was I absolutely loved that show, Batman the Brave and the Bold, because it was, it had a lot of callbacks to like the sort of 60s kind of Batman, and it was really campy, and like Batmite shows up, and freaking all of these really deep cuts in DC like also show up as well.
Yeah. The Red Kryptonite.
Yeah, all of that stuff is,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Oh, sorry.
Batmite.
Yeah. Joe, have you read this?
We can tell the storm's coming
series,
closer.
Little Gotham.
I've heard of it.
Gotham.
I've heard of it, but I haven't read it.
I think
Little
you should look
Gotham?
for that one. Yeah, Little Gotham.
Let me check it out. Let me search for
Is
it.
it like
Yeah.
Muppet
I think
Babies?
it has
but
the
with
right
Batman?
amount of camp, I think, that you'd like. It also has these throwbacks to a lot of that Batman lore as well.
And we're recording, and we're back. We had a quick cut. Hey, people, you're not going to see that we had a really quick cut, but we completely cut. And Norm has this visual gag. He was like, "Oh my God, we are about to get our internet connections cut because of the storm and stuff."
Okay, that is a cool one. That is a cool one. All I have for that is like my freaking tech issue button, and my tech issue button isn't that cool anymore. Dang it! I need to up my game.
It was like,
Yeah.
it's actually a lot cooler. It actually looks a lot better with like the if I change the color of the light in the background.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
So the transition is smoother.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I have.
there,
Though I can still do one thing you guys
Hold
can't,
up.
which is this: go
Yeah.
down the rabbit hole.
Whoa!
Wait, what? Oh.
Oh my God. By the way,
That's a perfect
since
thing. Like when Joem goes into like a instinct talk about different things, like we're going down the rabbit hole. Shh.
I need to ask something. Since there's a signal number 3 in Manila,
hmm
Doc, are online classes suspended for tomorrow?
That's a really good question.
Because,
In our case, because things are
Is it the holiday tomorrow?
oh yeah, it's also a holiday tomorrow. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in our
Question invalid.
since it's asynchronous classes, right? I mean, we cannot stop students from going through the modules
Mm.
and doing the activities there. What we're not allowed to do is to conduct synchronous activities.
Ah.
During the period. Of course, it goes two ways. If students try to consult us during that time, we can choose not to reply until the suspension is over.
Well, that's
If it's a
beautiful.
holiday. Yeah.
If you reply, do you get holiday pay?
Well, no, it's a little bit tricky right now. Everybody's tight. So,
Yep. Man, I hear everyone like, I can't get my 13th month. What the hell is that?
yeah. Generally, for me, I'd like to think of it. I'll just work extra hours at this point so that tomorrow I can laze out. Yeah.
Does
I
it
love
work,
doing
though?
that.
If you're, how do you like measure extra hours? Like, how do you punch in this kind of like online world of working?
Well, when it comes to teachers, we're measured by units. So the whole idea here is that there's already a computation of how many hours we're more or less supposed to spend per class. Like, for example, when you're talking about 3 units, that's actually 3 times 3, if you think about it. 3 hours a week times 3, because we have 3 hours of prep and 3 hours of checking.
Okay,
So
so
more or less, the
is it,
computation.
so it's kind of like an honesty system where you should do this much hours. If you go beyond it, that's on you. If you go below it, that's on you type situation.
Yeah, of course.
Sort
If
of.
if the students start complaining that you're not responding to them, they're gonna check how many units do you have. Oh, you have no excuse.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but if nobody complains, you're able to deliver what you're supposed to deliver on time.
Y'all keep this in the down low. You won't have problems.
Yeah,
It's-
but I've seen students already complain on occasion if the class doesn't really teach them anything. Like, I think I remember sometimes hearing students say, "We never met our teacher, not even once." They have that
wow.
kind. Yeah,
I really want to
all we
teach in
do is we
college,
just
dude.
receive PowerPoint slides.
I really want to teach in college, be able to pull off something like that.
I'm so bothered how like last month I had a nightmare where I thought I missed classes for my like semester. I woke up like really stressed, like was I? Oh, you can do it too. I see.
Anyway,
but yeah, I had like a weird thing, like
dreams.
It was crazy. I don't know why. After so many years, like I have this like freaking I'm late for school dream. Like, what the heck's wrong with me?
It's what was I can't remember. I'm not sure if this is like true at all. And welcome to like the COVID part of our.
Oh no! Do I have to coof? And it's making me go crazy.
It was what do we call it? When we have a lot less stuff to dream about because we're all like locked in.
Is this filler episode? This is the filler season of my dreams?
Yes. We have a lot of.
Oh my god, filler.
We don't have a lot of new sensory input, and so like our brain starts digging into the past for stuff to dream about.
We have to bring things out of the vault. Hey guys, here's the extended edition that you missed during the actual university years. We're bringing it back.
These are, so
remember
reruns,
all the anxiety.
These are reruns. These are your dreams reruns edition.
I never had that dream in university at all. I never had the dream like I missed classes or anything.
No, it wasn't a dream. You just did.
You just did. I never dreamt about being late for class because God, that was always late for class.
Oh my god!
It's not here to show you.
It wasn't a dream. It was a memory.
That makes me feel so sad that like so little things are happening in my dreams. Like let's give him a filler season.
Yeah,
remind him of school.
This is the clip show, right?
This is the throwback episode where you remember back to those horrible days or something. That's just lazy writing in my life writer's part. Like, how do you feel this season? I don't know. Let's throw in some like reverse stuff here.
You gotta cut him some slack. He's going through some stuff. It's been a tough year for him.
Been a tough year for a lot of people. Yeah, let's do filler episodes. Here you go.
Pandemic.
Did not have any COVID or pandemic related nightmares or dreams yet, though, surprisingly enough.
That's good.
Yes.
We have to going by the way that your dreams are going, you're gonna have to wait about 10 years.
More years.
10 years from now. My God, the toilet paper. Where is it?
Sorry,
I'm gonna stab a man for a can of beans.
Try to match Miko's background with my background.
Oh, okay, it's kind of wondering, like, you're like, has your background always been green?
This is all I can do, guys.
Norm's like, there we go. The alcohol, yeah. Oh God, even that part of the year where we had like freaking alcohol shortage, that was so weird.
Oh yeah.
I remember the one day.
I remember all the people making underground alcohol. That was so weird. Where you had to buy like illegal alcohol.
And
now,
masks
like cleaning
were so
alcohol.
wicked expensive.
Oh, that's one there I was unaffected by because I had like a freaking pallet worth of stuff prior COVID.
Yeah, but like, dude, if you were there, like, oh.
If you were there, like.
Masks were so god-awfully expensive.
I saw an old woman stab another old woman for a mask. It was one of them beauty masks. It even had nothing to do with COVID. Oh God, all my friends who had dyed hair, we finally figured out what their actual hair color was. That was cool. The roots started showing like, so your hair is black or your hair is brown. Oh, that is your actual hair color. That was amusing to me.
I have never seen you undyed before.
Or when you see like your friends who always shave their heads suddenly have hair, like this is so weird. It was such an interesting change. And of course, everyone started to grow out their beards, which I mean, like, see Joem here, like, just rocking it there. That's
thank you.
Stuff.
Can you, Joem, can you tie your hair back already?
Not yet.
All right.
Close enough.
Hey, Martin, what about you?
I think I can tie part of my hair.
I mean, Martin can grow a beard. He's got the genes for it, I think.
Yep.
But I'm like shaving it in a couple of hours after this recording. I'm just charging this. Already shaved this off.
This is the reason why the recording.
Why do you have a shaver just
takes
there?
Like 2 hours. It's just the time Martin needs to charge his shaver.
Yes,
that's the
That's
So
really
That's a
why.
secret. That's a secret.
So Bodega Nights is pretty much like Martin shaving his.
Martin's downtime.
Yeah.
See,
Downtime.
right there, we're already prepped for the Dollar Shave Club sponsorship right there.
Yes,
Come on, Dollar Shave
Dollar
Club.
Shave Club.
We're here. We're here.
Or
the
Manscaped.
one Manscaped. Yeah, the one.
Manscaped.com/Bodega Nights. Get
Shave your balls, right? Like-
14% off. And shave.
No,
your
we're not
balls.
sponsored. We're not sponsored
Doors.
by Manscaped
Hey.
nor Dollar
No,
Shave Club.
nobody-
Wish we
nobody's got
were,
the-
but-
Nobody's got the balls to sponsor.
Nobody's got the
radical
balls.
podcast.
Yes, we're
Radical.
talking about many things. We jumped from Batman
Yes.
to COVID. I guess they're both bats at that point.
Yeah, they're both bat
They're
related.
really related.
This is very advertiser unfriendly, huh?
Oh, Harvey,
I know.
yes.
How can we
So
sell
right
this to
now-
our bosses?
So right now, don't forget there's an 11/11 sale in Shopee. So go
Oh
to
my God, dude.
shopee.com/channel14.
It's not 11/11
Or
yet. It's 11/1 right now. It's 10. You
Yeah,
need
but
10
when
more
this-
days to
I
11/11.
mean, we're not sponsored
this
by
is out,
Shopee either. I
it
wish we
might
were.
happen.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah.
Man, get some Alibaba
Maybe
money. That'd be
Lazada.
awesome.
Or
Jack
Amazon.
Ma has like Jack Ma's new company coming up, right?
Yeah.
Like Jack Ma's new company and like its IPO price was I saw it go up like 1,000% or something. So
Mhm.
like, oh
Actually,
my
what
god!
shocked me recently is how Shopee's customer service is actually really good.
Really?
I remember when they kind of did not give two like cares about you whatsoever. Like, thing messed up, it's your problem. Now, like, wow, they actually go above and beyond to get you refunds, setups. Like, it almost feels like Amazon level of quality.
Yeah. I'm
I am
actually quite
only
impressed
annoyed
with
that
them,
I can't download their app for my devices. That's the only thing that annoys me
Mm.
about it. Because
Why?
apparently
Yeah, like,
they
it's really good.
region locked the app. You can only download if you're in Asia.
so.
Which is kind of
Interesting.
weird. I don't get, because like I can get Lazada, I can get all the other apps that are, of course, Lazada won't work if you're in other countries, but it still
So you
allows
can
me to
get
get
the
the
app,
app.
That's weird.
So why can't you download the app?
Because
I
my
know
account is
there's-
US based,
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean-
and it's like, no, this is not moving for region. Like, but why?
Why?
I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah. There's Shopee here in Brazil. I
What?
didn't know that. Yes.
Well,
Shopee in Brazil?
It could be
Yes.
because of its sort of international presence. I guess I don't know.
It's just weird. Like, why I can't get Shopee like my US account? Like, what happened here? What happened that I don't know? This is Amazon. Is Amazon like, we will pay you money to prevent this app from coming into this?
That's why there are
Ah.
antitrust lawsuits going on, like right now.
Oh
Big
yeah,
tech.
guys.
Google,
Disney is also getting so much fire right now. And I love the joke is Disney's getting so much fire because they realize Disney has no money. Their legal team's weak. Attack now. They can't afford it.
Blood in the water. Go.
Actually, yeah, they
Like
they furloughed like so many employees, particularly from like the theme park division, right?
Yep. So I'm just kind of figuring, like, does this mean they can't afford their battery of lawyers, and that's why people are now trying to hit them left and right from every corner? Like, the most recent one I saw that was pretty big was the Foundation for Evil Knievel, about the
What?
Pixar
Really?
toy. Yeah, because there's a toy there, like, I think it was played by Joao recently, but it's like a toy that the issue was the toy is almost exactly the same as the Evil Knievel toy.
Yeah,
And they couldn't do anything prior, and it just happened now. And everyone's like, we're thinking that this lawsuit happened now because they realize Disney is kind of low on cash, so they can't afford to legally fight you, so they'll just settle out of court.
Nice.
Cheaper option at this point.
Cash in.
Nice.
Cash
Like,
in.
it's just an instinct strategy. Like, we know they're weak. Hit them while they're down. Get all the Disney bucks and run away.
The thing that I
Them-
find really interesting is the lawsuit against Google,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That one's
there's
crazy.
one.
Whoa.
right? Because it's a United States versus Google, and so it's like a criminal. This is a criminal case for
For what? For privacy? Data privacy?
Is it censorship or something? They
Yeah,
like
it
were
was,
stopping blacklisting things?
antitrust.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it was basically what they tried to do to what they did to Microsoft in the late 90s.
Ah.
Right? Saying like they have a monopoly on search.
Yeah,
they've been-
that's true. I mean, sure, there's Bing. Is Yahoo still alive?
They're about to kill it, right?
Oh, okay. Because like no one will ever say Bing it, Yahoo it, or something. It's always been Google it, and really their power is just so immense at this point. They have mapped a lot of the internet.
Yeah, it's actually quite interesting what they're. If I understand it correctly, the way the argument is they have a monopoly on search, which is what 80% of the market or more. But then that doesn't necessarily bring about the cause of action,
them promoting their own products through the search bar.
Wait, technically it isn't the cause of action because if it's a criminal case, it would be probable cause. Anyway,
wait,
there has to be
2012 case about Google and Safari.
No,
Safari
dude, this is like this year. This is this year.
Wow,
this year,
now.
Yeah. But then in order for there to be a case, they have to show that the monopoly is detrimental to the consumer.
I mean, that's, I think, a pretty easy thing to show in Google because they can maybe throttle certain things and you can push, you want to get this instead of this, or you want to get this news source over this news source. I think that's something they can prove just by showing how the algorithm be messed up. The thing is, though, they have to be able to get Google to show their algorithm, which I'm wondering, can they subpoena that? Can we subpoena, like, you have to present us this information for review?
And does Google even know how their algorithm works? I don't think they do, right?
You have to understand, we don't work for Google. Google is its own thing. We are merely parts of its system.
Right? Because
it's an AI now that evolves, and we don't know at what point it has evolved now. It just gives us suggestions.
Right? As far as I know, like the way that these algorithms work is the developers will set initial conditions and then just let it run.
Yeah, I guess at this point it's an AI. For all we know, Google will know its jury.
Because
Google starts like messaging them. I know who you are. I have seen your search history. Let me go.
Yeah, I can imagine because like
prove my innocence, or I will show your search history. What was my search history?
You're gonna want to get out of.
Oh my God! You're using Bing. Never mind. This is worse. We will sue you for using Bing.
Not even Amazon. Their algorithm is crazy. How well it works.
Yeah,
it's scary.
What was it? Also has a really good algorithm. TikTok has a really good algorithm as well.
I've never been in there.
Yeah, like
I've been in TikTok.
On a whim, I downloaded TikTok, right? Just to see what was going on. Then for the first 5 or 10 videos that they showed me, for the first bunch of videos that they showed me, there was a good variety of stuff. And then eventually, as I kept on scrolling, I started noticing that the stuff that I had watched longer right at the beginning ended up becoming the sort of thing that I started seeing more of. And it worked really fast.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Right? So the TikTok algorithm is really good. That's why they're a pretty valuable company as it stands right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's technology like that. When you have algorithms that good, it makes people want to use your system, everything about that. Though I remember TikTok was under fire over by providing fake viewership and things for certain key influencers to make them feel better about themselves to use their product more.
That's sort of like what Facebook might. That sounds like something Facebook might do. But Facebook should consider buying TikTok.
Oh, God, I don't want more TikTok-like stuff on my Facebook. I'm already tired about this stuff on my Facebook.
Who was it? Microsoft tried to buy TikTok, right? Or there was a company that tried to buy TikTok, and then, hey, welcome to Third World Linux, Bodega Nights edition.
I know the latest big buyout was Sony bought Crunchyroll for some reason.
I heard that too. That was
also,
weird.
AMD bought a company as well, right?
Yeah, they bought out someone for, I think, production ability.
X-Links.
Yep, I'm kind of curious about the AMD cards. Kind of waiting for their benchmarks.
So Sony wants to
tempted to grab one.
All we know is that Intel is screwed.
Has any of us here have a Crunchyroll account?
I might have had one in university.
Probably.
Might have a long time ago.
I tried watching
anime site or something.
It's Netflix for anime. Yeah, it's a streaming service for anime.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
pretty
speaking
sure
of
back in
anime,
university
okay.
I had one, but like now I'm more percent sure I don't have one because I've hit that weird point where like I don't feel comfortable watching certain anime because I'm not the character's ages anymore.
The main
Too old,
protagonist is 14
right?
years old. Nope.
Right. I can't
It's like
relate anymore.
back when you're like 14 to like even your mid 20s, it's okay. But once you pass like
Yeah.
20s, like getting a little creepy in my age right now. Like you see like main character 15 to like 18. I think I'm on the watch list now for having this on my watch list.
FBI, open up. Speaking of
That's why I've
anime,
been
that,
liking
bro.
like
what
things
was
that
your
talk about
favorite
older stuff.
anime growing up?
Growing up, okay, like
Doc Joem, I was asking Doc Joem.
oh,
Favorite
Yeah,
anime?
It's a lot of
growing up?
upgrowing.
What's yours? I'd be curious.
Well, there's of course Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Which Gundam was it?
Oh, that's gonna
Good
be a thing.
question.
All the Gundams.
All the
Yeah.
Gundams.
And
Which
then say,
Gundam did you
which
enjoy?
Macross
Yes,
Yeah, there's the Endless Waltz, of course.
that was what's awesome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy Seed?
I think I probably slowed down after that. I remember your GTO.
Great teacher Onizuka.
Onizuka?
Of course.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Did that set up your thing to want to become a teacher?
Not really. Not really. But it did actually kind of cement a bit of
Brutality in his.
no, not the brutality. Some of the things of how you treat your students.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Doc, did it want you to do a German suplex out of nowhere?
Well, sometimes it's tempting.
Sometimes some problems need to be suplexed. That is the solution.
Yeah.
Suplex City.
Yeah. Sometimes tempting, I have to admit. But
How about health teacher Nube? Is that a teaching thing? The one in
no, I
JMA?
haven't. Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Okay.
Although, there are a few series I was able to follow, which I think it's still kind of, how would I put it, appeals to me. Yeah, I mean, coming from the anime scene, I liked Psycho Pass, for example.
That's a good series. At least the first
It's
season.
okay, yeah.
Right.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, the first season was good. Yeah, of course, One Punch Man was also fine.
Oh, One Punch Man was amusing as heck.
Yeah,
The deconstruction of a superhero.
Yep.
yeah,
Just wants to be one for entertainment.
For
yeah.
hobby purposes.
I am too bored. I have done too many push-ups.
I lost all my
Superhero.
hair.
Is there a study on what's it like a comparative analysis or whatever of One Punch Man and Dr. Manhattan?
Who's Dr. Manhattan again?
Oh,
From
Blue guy.
Blue
From
Dawn.
the Watchmen.
Watchmen.
Yeah, Blue Dog.
Oh,
Group.
Blue Dong. Okay, Blue Dong Group.
Yeah, because that seems like something that'd be interesting to do.
Yep, because of all the things you could remember about Dr. Manhattan, all the major things, it's the big blue penis. Got it.
yeah.
The watchmaker, Dr. Manhattan. The
He's penis guy.
Destroyed the Vietnamese in that movie.
This is a
Look at the
It seems to
size
be
of that thing.
It's like Homelander.
a running
All we
joke-
know is
running joke
either
on Bodega
his
Nights
like
now.
his lasers or his penchant for wanting mother's milk. Not mother's milk, the character, but a certain mother's milk.
So this is the boys.
Mother's
The
Milk.
boys,
the Red
yeah.
Hot Chili Peppers album.
No, like literal breast milk. Homelander wants literal breast milk. For some
It
reason.
seems like the
lasers.
type of thing that should be out there, like a comparative study between Dr. Manhattan and One Punch Man, because they're kind of commenting on the same thing but saying two very different things.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Of course. No, I'm thinking about it now. Yeah, I mean, you're playing a lot with characters of near omnipotence, right?
Yeah,
But
Here we go.
not omniscience, right?
yeah.
And I think that's a whole when you have this kind of power, this omnipotence, but not exactly omniscience, that would probably push you to a sort of an existential crisis. Like I think what One Punch Man goes through is something that I'm wondering why up to now Goku hasn't suffered it.
Which one?
Concussion?
Loss of hair?
No.
Hair loss.
Several concussions.
No, I mean, I'm thinking, he becomes
The
more powerful and
existential
more
crisis.
powerful, but he doesn't. I mean, for me, I think I'm suffering the whole existential crisis of following Dragon Ball way before Goku does. Like, they're getting powerful and more powerful, and, death has little meaning now to them.
Gets inserted so many times.
Yeah.
Oh, Krillin's dead again.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
wanna wish
Time
him
to resurrect
back?
this guy.
yeah, and the whole thing is like, it's like when you've practically mastered the game, right? What do you do now? And I just sometimes grind.
That's why you speedrun stuff.
Yeah.
Time to
that way-
destroy this existence.
Yeah.
Once you've
Isn't-
mastered, it's like now I have to make the code
Yeah.
mine.
But I think the challenge of Dr. Manhattan is a little bit different, I suppose, because I think part of what makes Dr. Manhattan interesting is the way he views time.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
And he's not
he
really
also-
omniscient, even though people think that he's.
I'd like to beg to argue with the Goku part, Joem, because every time
All
that
right,
there's
the smart-
something happening
the
in the
smart part of
Dragon
the
Ball
podcast.
universe,
Okay.
And this is the part where I
There's
have to
always
step out for a bit,
the
bring
big
my
bad that's
girl
more-
back home.
all right, there's
Yeah,
always
there's
somebody more powerful than Goku. It's never been Goku overpowering everybody.
Yeah.
That's
That's
where
true.
the arc starts. So let's say the arc has ended and the next arc hasn't begun yet. Yung lull in between where Goku is the most powerful being on Earth is the moment where he is equal to One Punch Man, diba?
Yeah.
Where he's probably bored. He doesn't have a next challenge. Like he's
Yeah,
training for the
that's
sake
how
of
it
training.
starts, right? Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think it's really more of what you call this, the plot providing a problem for Goku. Sorry, it's a plot solving Goku's problem. Whereas, in One Punch Man, it's really a characterization thing wherein you've got all these power, what now, and then let's see where it goes from there. And I think that's part of what makes it interesting. Exploring that. I think one advantage of One Punch Man as a character in terms of character development is because he is the main character of the series, right?
Uh-huh.
As compared to
Goku.
to Dr. Manhattan, who's just one of the main suspects to who killed the comedian, right?
I think
the
yung parang
comedian.
one of the weak points of Dr. Manhattan as an individual
Mm-hmm.
is yun nga yung the more powerful or he becomes, the less involved he also becomes. Di ba? Parang the less he wants to use the infinite power that he has at his disposal. You know, that becomes the weakness of his character versus and it is also incredibly interesting in that regard versus you have the one punch man character na he's infinitely powerful and his only real weakness is now he doesn't really see any challenge and he's looking forward to hoping somebody can actually get him excited enough in a fight.
Yeah.
So it would appear as though the Telos,
Yes, here we go.
so
Elevating the discussion.
yeah, let's elevate the discussion.
We got Joao
Oh, no.
actually got
Whoa.
elevating
Now I'm the host now. What the hell?
discussion.
the
Discussion was
host
too
now.
elevated.
You're the host.
Yeah,
now.
dude.
Okay.
I am the
It's
host
too
now.
elevated.
Yeah.
I am Spartak. No. What was it? So we're
Tell
saying
us.
that Dr. Manhattan is the logical outcome of One Punch Man. Like that's the logical end to his
Trajectory.
story.
He becomes disinterested in using his power.
That's what we're saying, yeah.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Spoiler
You-
alert
you-
for One Punch Man.
Season 5 or whatever. So your trajectory natin is he's interested in testing out the power that he has and exploring it. Therefore, adventure. And then adventure there's nothing new in adventure anymore. He's beyond all that because nothing is a challenge. So now boredom.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, the struggle to actually become normal again.
Nice. Alright, guys.
Or
we gotta go.
the
I'll see you guys next time, alright?
wait, what?
Oh, yeah,
What?
Mark.
Mark.
Gotta go.
Wait.
Damn
Oh
it.
man.
Whoa.
The ghost head was.
There.
Oh. All right. So
Just keep talking, I'll keep the goat head on.
tama yan, no? It's the he wanted to stop at the once he achieves infinite power, he has absolute zero interest in using it. That is the end of the of the progression.
I mean that would seem to be the plot trajectory of One Punch Man.
Yeah. Otherwise, he finds defeat, or he finds a particular purpose that find a new thing that he can get better at. Actually, that's why even though I would have to say that the second season was a bit inferior to the first season, I think I found that there was a bit of I found it interesting nonetheless that he discovers that he sucks at video games.
Well, I mean, he destroys everything he taps.
That's why he sucks at video games.
No, but because so Joe, you haven't seen the second season yet.
No.
Yeah,
but he does get to play.
No, it's not exactly. Yeah. I mean, he meets somebody who's really super adept at video games, and in a way, I kind of saw him become a bit more alive when he was trying to beat that guy. And one guy really chose, I'm gonna choose the suckiest character. I'm gonna use I'm only gonna use my thumb to defeat. You can use the strongest character. And Saitama still loses. And no, let's play again. He goes like that, and I found that very, very interesting. I'm wondering though if he's gonna try to perfect all areas in his life, but because it seems that
but he doesn't try to perfect all areas in his life. He's just looking for a challenge. And
I've found it in video games, at least according to season 2.
Yeah, well, but it's not something that they really explore. That's what I find sad about it.
Because the market isn't interested in actual growth of the person. They're interested in the action scenes that it presents. This absolutely amazing bad guy is overpowered and can still be massively overpowered by one actual punch.
No, actually, you know what I like about One Punch Man also? It reminds me of the spaghetti western.
Okay.
Where you have the quick draw.
Okay.
Right. I mean, if you think of a spaghetti western, I mean, a lot of them, it's not really, I mean, the action sequences is not really so much the whole, people trading blows. It's usually one blow and it's over. Which is really One Punch Man. And what is really exciting about it, and I think it's quite it's
because Ennio Morricone, because Sergio didn't have the budget.
That's not the reason. No, but the thing is, the whole build-up of waiting for the actual showdown, and I think that's the thing also when it comes to One Punch Man. I mean, you know that it will only take him one punch to defeat an opponent, but how long will it take him to actually finally confront the opponent? And that was the thing that was so exciting about season 1 of One Punch Man. And I think part of season 2, that made it also exciting because the whole world was going crazy. And while the whole world was going crazy, he was at somebody else's home playing video games. I mean, it's
politics.
Sorry. Segue.
Sorry. It's getting kind of lit. I'm actually getting
lit.
So I guess since this is Bodega Nights, we have to sign off with one of these.